coronavirus roundtable. Man, look at this. The pain in the travel sector. Sizing up the pain in the travel sector. Last week, I showed you my travel stocks. You wanted to have resorts and you wanted to have cruises on there. So I did add those to my travel stocks. So this one is going to be the story. No sector has been more affected by coronavirus and the battle against it than the travel sector. They are getting hurt. You look at the hotels, you look at the airlines, you look at the Caribbean, not the Caribbean, but the ship lines, they are getting adversely affected because nobody can stay, you got to keep 6 feet apart from each other. So the coronavirus is really hurting. The question isn't whether the industry will suffer, but for how long? How big and how much will help? How much help will it get? We ask a group of marketplace authors for their take on ahead and what you might call the biggest industry in the world. So I don't have a specific stock to look at for this, but we do have a watch list specifically for travel stocks. All right, and we're going to go to that. Here it is, travel stocks. And in here we have hotels. We have airlines, we now have cruises, and we have resorts. So I've now got 37 stocks that make up the travel stocks. Royal Caribbean is in here, Carnival, Alaska Air, Carnival ADR, Delta, United, JetBlue. You know the first thing that stands out? That story is right. This industry is getting slaughtered. Every single stock is a sell recommended stock. So let's take a little twist on this, a little differently. Watch this. So in these travel stocks, we have an indicator that shows the stock's upside potential, right? Let's sort this list by RV. Now I'm giving you value plays in this industry. At the top of the list is Carnival. Why? RV on Carnival is at 1.74. This means that Carnival should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 74% over the next 1 to 3 years. How about Carnival ADR? That's an American Depository Receipt. How about Royal Caribbean's? Undervalued. Both of these stocks are way under their values, good upside potentials. None of these are safe stocks, though, and none of these are really going up in price. So I'm making a little spin on this. If you're looking at which ones you'd like to look at that are going to rebound nicely, that are good stocks to hold long term, Carnival may be one. Royal Caribbean may be one. Look at them. They're still growing their earnings at a clip of 16 and 18% a year. Alaska Air, an airline, 1.59 in relative value. Nobody else gives you that information to show you which ones are value plays, because as big as they've been beaten up right now, I am now using that relative value indicator to give you stocks that look good for the long-term potential that are just getting beaten up right now. So I understand that the industry is being beaten up. The power of the VectorVest software, the power of this watch list is to now, how about you put some of these into a watch list, a different watch list, and wait for the right times to get into them. But these stocks have been beaten up so much by RT, but I like many of them have double-digit earnings growth rates. That's not a bad thing. Some of these stocks are really good stocks, but they've been beaten up so much. How about Delta? It's got a relative safety above 1. The only one that I see here, as well as Southwest. How about some of the airlines have good safeties and good relative values? Keep your eyes on some of those stocks, because tends to happen. The industries that get beat up the most during these times tend to be the industries that rebound the fastest. But now, guess what? Keep this in mind. Some of these stocks may be good stocks to keep your eyes on, just not the right time to buy. Any questions? Outstanding. All right, let's go back to our watch list. Those travel stocks, folks, mark my words, may be some of the hottest stocks after the coronavirus is done. Just keep that in mind. Write it down. Tom, write it down for everybody. Write it down in the room. This stuff really works. Watch the travel stocks. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.